Infinity Games Podcast.
Welcome to Infinity Games Podcast, episode 26. I'm Jukeboxhero,
I'm KelryxsKing.
and in this episode, we're going to be talking about Mega Man. But before that, we're gonna do some segments, starting with games we've been playing, and then at the return of Then and Now.
Oh shit, throwback.
Yeah, man, it's been like 6 episodes.
I think it's been a few more than that.
Well, no, it's been like 6 plus a hiatus,
Goddamn.
right?
Fair.
Okay, so I haven't been playing anything, but what have you been playing?
I have things to talk about.
Yes.
But first, jukebox with the weather.
It's surprisingly warm for December.
Yes. That was jukebox with the weather. Thank you, jukebox. Okay, so last podcast I talked about Pokemon a little bit.
Right.
Because I did pick up Ultra Moon. And I didn't mention much because I hadn't played much of it yet. But I remember essentially saying that part of the thing that sold me in that game was simply the fact that you got your starter Pokemon like 5 minutes into the game. Which was awesome, and the way it should be, and the way it's always been, before they decided to fuck us sideways with Sun and Moon.
Right.
So, playing through the game, I'm noticing a lot of changes they made to make the game way less handholdy.
Okay. Tell us where you are right now.
I just got to the 4th island.
Okay, so you've done like an island and a half since we last talked about it.
Yeah, pretty much. I've done like 2 whole islands.
Okay.
Because, like, the last time I mentioned it, I, like, literally just started the 2nd island, so I finished 2 whole islands, plus Aether Paradise and everything.
Damn.
Yeah. So, the one thing I want to talk about is the fucking AI for the opponents,
Okay.
and also their team comps and their move sets, because they're way better. And by better, I mean they will beat you into the fucking earth. So, my current team is a Primarina, who's
Again.
Water Fairy. Best starter in Sun and Moon. I don't even fucking care.
Okay.
I have a Primarina. I have a Alolan Marowak. I have an Alolan Sandslash. A Crabominable, whatever he is.
Crab.
Yeah, fucking, I have a Palisand, who is Sandygast's evolution.
Right.
And who the fuck is my last one? Son of a bitch, why can't I remember?
Because normally it's
and
a
I
rotating spot for TM, bitch.
Pretty much. I have a Dusk form Lycanroc.
Cool.
Who you can only get through a special Rockruff who is a mystery gift for now.
Nice.
So that's my team. So it's not like a terrible team. I have a couple of overlapping types. Like I have 2 ghost types and 2 ice types.
Right.
But like it's not a bad team comp. Like I resist and have an answer for pretty much every type. Granted, like there's a couple that I'm missing, but like whatever.
Right.
It's pretty hard to cover 17 types with a 7 poke team. So
6?
6. Yep, my bad. I was on the 17 number and I just kind of went into 7. So
Nice, dude.
like for example, I got into a fight with Guzma, who's the Team Skull boss,
Uh-huh.
and he sent out a Vikavolt, who's a bug electric type.
Right.
So I'm fighting this thing, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll send out my Marowak, because I resist any bug type moves, and electric type moves aren't going to hurt too much. So I send Marowak out, and I try to flame charge him, and it does like fuck all for damage, and his bug type move still does a shit ton of damage to me. So I'm like, oh fuck, heal. So I heal, and then he hits me with a Thunderbolt and wipes my Marowak. So I'm like, son of a bitch. I'm like, whatever. I was like, I'll throw out my Palisand. He's a ground ghost type. Bug type moves will do dick, and electric type moves literally do nothing.
Okay.
So I send him out there. I'm like, hey, I'm good. I'm just gonna fucking smack this bitch with a fucking bulldoze or whatever and wipe him off the face of the earth. He hits me with energy ball. I didn't even know Vikavolt got energy ball.
Surprise.
So he wipes my Palisand, and I'm like, fuck me, now what? So I can't remember how I managed to kill the thing. I pretty much had to cheese it, I think.
Okay.
But, like, that's happened to me a few times. Like, I'll literally just, like, I'll think I have fucking type advantage. I'll throw out, and they'll pull some, like, bullshit move out of their back pocket that just, like, wipes me. And I'm like, what the hell just happened?
That's weird, man.
Like,
it's kind of funny because you dig that there's more, like, difficulty to it. But I bet you it's going to, like, I haven't looked at any of the reviews, but I have a feeling a lot of people are going to complain that it's harder.
Yeah, well, people can suck a dick. You want hard? Go play red and blue. Teach you motherfucking hard.
But it's easy.
But it's not.
Why?
Because the grinds suck and only like 4 of the types are worth any amount of anything.
I mean, I never had any problems. I don't know what you're complaining about.
You and your level 90 Charizard.
No. That's not me, dude. Like, I've literally never had anything that high until Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, where I was like EV and IV, like farming.
Okay.
Yeah. No, otherwise it's just like I never really grinded. Neither in Crystal.
I don't know. I found red and blue somewhat difficult just because the grind is awful. I find it really hard to get levels in those games. And also because there's 0 experience share, you're constantly switch training or having to fucking... I don't know. I just find leveling up in that game overall to be a complete bitch. But...
Perhaps.
They're not hard. Like, I shouldn't say they're hard. It's just that, like, compared to, like, the more modern games, like, they don't...
Well, obviously
care.
It got better. Hold on.
Yeah.
I always forget this. Okay, there's the item that shares EXP with everyone in your party, and then there's the item that shares it with only one other in your party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which one's which? I don't know the names.
So, in red, blue, and yellow, the only option you had for that was an item called the Experience All.
Okay.
And it was hot fucking garbage. Because instead of giving, like, half the battle experience to all of the Mons...
Mm-hmm.
It literally took, like, so let's say you had 6 Mons in your party, and you killed something that gave you 600 experience points,
Mm-hmm.
every party member only gets 100.
Okay.
Like, so it was completely worthless. Like, you were better off just fucking switch training at that point. So, because you had to kill fucking 10 times the Mons to get any amount of level ups. But, so that was one option you had, and then in gold and silver, all the way until black 2, white 2, there was just an item called the Experience Share, and it was pretty basic. You just give it to a different Pokemon, and even if it doesn't battle, it'll get half of the experience points.
Okay.
Right, so then if you kill
That's
something...
what I remember in Crystal.
Yeah. So it's like if you kill something worth 1,000, the Pokemon that got the kill gets 1,000, and the Pokemon holding the Experience Share gets 500.
Yeah.
So, and then in X and Y, they changed the Experience Share to where it's now a key item that you can turn on and off. And the way it works now is, if a Mon's worth 1,000 experience, the Mon that kills it gets 1,000. Every other member in the party gets 500.
Wow.
So they put that in there like that to make it easier for younger kids to not have a single stupidly overpowered Mon.
Right.
Right.
That's like how I played through Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
Because I almost only ever used my Decidueye.
Yeah, pretty much. For casual playthroughs, I tend to just keep the Experience Share on just because it takes the pressure off. You don't have to be like, oh my god, I'm so underleveled on my one Mon, and then it's like you get into a fight and it's like this is my only answer and he's 10 levels under everything else. Like, so I just keep it on for casual. I keep it on for casual play just because it's like if I'm playing the game casually, I'm not looking to like go balls to the wall. I just want to play the game.
Right.
But I know pretty much every PokeTuber that I watch, like the King Nappy and Shady Penguin, when they do Nuzlocks in the newer games, or even when they do playthroughs in the newer games, they always turn it off.
Right.
It's just because it enhances the viewing experience, right? Because then they have to be like, oh, I need to train this guy, I need to give him some time in the spotlight, or whatever. They have to actually
switch their Pokemon out.
Exactly. Especially when you're doing a Nuzlocke, because like if you're doing a Nuzlocke and you got one guy that's 10 levels under the rest, like you're probably going to die at some point.
Yeah.
So they tend to just turn it off.
I think I just got lucky.
Probably. But yeah, so playing through Ultra Moon, I'm having a lot more fun with it.
I'd hope so.
Like, it's just, it feels better, because I felt like I literally walked through Pokemon Moon when I played it, even though I Nuzlocked it.
Yeah.
Like, granted, my Nuzlocke ended when I did Mallow's trial, because that Lurantis is actual cancer.
Yes.
But like, whatever. So, like, I breezed through Moon when I played it, and like now in Ultra Moon, like every like quote unquote boss fight I get into, I'm like, I'm so dead. They'll be like they're sending out a fucking Raichu, and I'm like, okay, so it's probably a Alolan, and it's probably got Thunderbolt. I'm going to send out a ground type, and he's somehow gonna know Hydro Pump. like, that's the current mindset I'm in, because this game is fucking me so hard.
That Raichu came from the Surfing Pikachu.
Yes.
Yes.
That's one other thing I wanted to mention. I don't know if you remember, but they added in like a surfing mini game with Mantine.
No, I don't remember that.
Okay, well, anyway, it's a way to travel between the islands if you want to, and you can get BP, which they call beach points, which you can use for like a move tutor or to get items or whatever. It's it's cute. It's actually a decently fun mini game.
I legit don't remember it at all. Maybe I never even did it.
I'll send you a video for it later, but
okay.
It's actually decently fun. One other thing I still have to try out that they added into the Festival Plaza is this thing called the Battle Agency. And I don't know if you remember from like Pokemon Emerald or Ruby and Sapphire, how they had the no, it wasn't in Ruby and Sapphire, it was just an Emerald, but they had the what was it called?
I don't know, I didn't play Emerald.
They had this thing called the Battle Factory, where you could like rent out a team of Pokemon, and then you could go through the fights. So you always got to use different Pokemon, and then after you won a battle, you had the option to trade one of yours with one of the opponents.
I feel like I remember something like this in Crystal, minus that trading part.
Yeah, there was something similar in Crystal. It was just the battle tower, but you didn't rent out Pokemon, but it was a similar concept.
Okay.
So the Battle Agency is like that, but to my knowledge, it's one-on-one fights.
Okay.
So I haven't tried that out yet, but I always enjoyed the idea of like renting Pokemon and getting to try Pokemon that you probably wouldn't use normally.
I mean, it's Pokemon Stadium.
Pretty much. But with less choice.
I mean, I guess.
So overall, I'm really enjoying Ultra Moon. I'm honestly probably going to play more of it once we're done with this podcast. It's good. If anybody's listening to this and they've been kind of like hung up and they're like, I didn't like Sun and Moon, so I don't want to get Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, get it.
It's better.
It's way better. Like, if you're a Pokemon fan, like I am, buy it.
Yeah.
Like, I guarantee somebody somewhere was fucking unhappy with it for some stupid fucking reason. You can probably find it at your GameStop or your EB Games in the fucking used games section.
Too much water.
Yeah, like 7.2, too much water. This isn't ORAS though. So Yeah, no. If you're a Pokemon fan and you're like dedicated to this series and you're always willing to give it a try and you're just hung up because of how garbage Sun and Moon were, give Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon a try because they're genuinely a much better experience. You're gonna feel more like you're playing a Pokemon game and less like you're playing a fucking leapfrog game on your little sister's fucking crappy tablet.
Kelryx approved.
Kelryx
certified
approved.
Frosty.
I'm gonna get a fucking stamp.
Nintendo seal of approval.
Maybe not that stamp. That'd be copyrighted. Worth a shot.
I mean, it didn't stop pirates.
Jesus Christ. The other game that I wanted to mention real quick for games we've been playing. Hold on. Oh shit.
No, the 7.2 out of 10, too much water. Third gen Pokemon coming to Pokemon Go this week. Hype.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Jukebox knows my opinion on this, but I will tell all of our 5 viewers.
Yes.
Do you want to know how excited I am to get third gen Pokemon in Pokemon Go?
Not at all.
Not at all. Do you want to know why?
You don't fucking
because
play
it. No. Well, that. But also because third gen is the single worst gen to ever come out of Pokemon.
I love it.
Everything's I fucking pretty. Hate it. Things are pretty, but the gameplay and the new Pokemon they put in it sucked ass. Worst games by far, Sun and Moon. Ruby and Sapphire are winning by 0.5%.
I thought Diamond was pretty shit.
I like Diamond and Pearl. I fucking love Diamond and Pearl.
I thought they were pretty shit.
Well, my god, we need to fucking fight.
Okay.
Mortal Kombat!
Yes.
Okay.
But no fatalities. Fatalities excluded.
Okay,
only
just
friendship.
fatality.
No, only friendship.
Okay. Anyways, that was a slight update. On to the game that we both actually played.
Quick disclaimer, I actually am excited that third gen Pokemon are going into Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go's main issue, in my opinion, is that I honestly feel like that game should have released with at least Gen 1 and 2. Because it would have gave more shit to hunt, but that's just my, shitty opinion. I guarantee most people don't share it, but whatever. I just genuinely hate third gen Pokemon. They were so bad. But anyway, there's some good ones. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that in case anybody decided to flame the podcast. Kelryx is such a fucking scrub. Competitive battle me, you bastard.
Come at me, scrub lord. I'm ripped.
Yeah. Not really. I'm scrappy, if anything. But
Earthbound.
Bleh. Yeah, that.
Earthbound.
That.
Bounding of the Earth.
Bounding of the Earth. So, again, just in case maybe you missed the times I mentioned it the last 2 podcasts, I got a SNES Classic, which are dumb fucking hard to find. I was hype as shit. Jukebox was hype as shit. Everybody was hype as shit. So, let me take a drink of my drink here.
Look.
Wet thy lips. So, what do you do with the SNES Classic? You play motherfucking games on it. Did you know that, Jukebox? Did you know you can play games on a SNES Classic?
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was just Firestarter.
I thought so too, but I threw it in the fire and the fire went out.
Oh, see, I've gone through about 5 of them, just setting them on fire.
Wow, I'm impressed. The Nintendium that yours was made with was not first grade.
No, apparently not.
Anyways, another super quick disclaimer: Jukebox did not actually light SNES Classics on fire. We are not monsters. Also, we don't have that much money. Also, they are not that easy to find.
Nope, I totally burnt 5 of them. That is now
Holy
canon.
Holy shit! You couldn't have only burned 4 and gave me one?
No, you already have one.
Fuck. I'll take 2.
Earthbound.
So, yes. So anyway, before we get to that,
Earthbound. No, Earthbound.
So I promised Jukebox that I would at least try Earthbound. I always had this dumb idea in my head that because Earthbound was Jukebox's favorite game. I needed to stay the fuck away from it. And then I was like, fuck that shit.
Yeah, it's good game.
It's good game. So I started playing it. I played it for a little while. I got horribly lost in the first 10 minutes because like that game does not hold your hand.
Nope.
It's like I'm going to give you a very half-assed explanation and then good luck. Like you like the way it opens is it's what is it? Like literally like a meteorite. Yeah, like a meteor crashes beside your house. And Ness is like, holy fuck, I need to go see what's up because I'm a 7-year-old kid and I give a shit. So, you like go, you get dressed, you like climb up the hill or whatever. So when I was playing, I was like, all right, cool, I gotta go find the meteorite. That's basic enough, I can do that. I climb around, can't really figure out how the fuck to get up the hill. Finally get up the fucking hill, get up there, and there's fucking Porky or whatever and the cops. I talked to Porky and he's like, here, I'm gonna touch the meteorite before you, and I'm like, good luck, you fat fuck, whatever.
Porky and the pigs.
Porky and the pigs. And then I talked to the cops and the cop is like, can you get rid of Porky? He's driving me nuts. So I'm like, okay, I gotta get Porky out of here somehow. I'm literally there for like 10 fucking minutes trying to get rid of Porky. Like, I'm talking to everybody like 8 times over. Nobody's doing anything. I'm like, what the fuck? I tried giving the fat bastard a fucking cookie. Like, here, follow the breadcrumbs home, you little bastard. And he's like, meteorite. And I'm like, oh my fucking god. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, maybe I gotta go talk to fucking mom or his parents or some shit. So I walk all the way back down. I walk into my house, and then the sister's like, oh, well, you'll see it tomorrow. Go to bed. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, where was the warning on this?
Oh boy.
So whatever.
Go on.
Yeah, so I just got horribly fucking lost. Like, and then you finish that up, and then you can finally like go down to Onnet or Onet or whatever however the fuck you pronounce the little town's name.
Own-T.
Own-T.
Yeah,
one
sure.
TT. One
Yeah.
TT. One TT it is.
One
So I
titty.
go down to one TT town.
One titty.
I go down and like the same thing. I'm like walking around, I'm talking to people. I got my ass fucking like I got a skateboard shoved so far up my ass it kills me 3 times.
Damn.
Then I get a pogo stick up my dick hole. Like it was not a good time. That town is dangerous AF. So I'm like walking around. Yeah, so I started grinding on stray dogs, 4 XP a pop. Whoop whoop. And I'm like, I'm texting Jukebox. I'm like, bro, what do? He's like, go southeast. And I'm like, there's nothing southeast.
I said go southeast to Onnet.
Yeah, I know. I thought you meant like go southeast in Onnet. Like I thought you meant go southeast of Onnet. And I was like, there's nothing down here. What do you want from me? So he come over the day after or whatever, and I'm like, dude, where go? And he's like, go to Onnet. I'm like, I went to Onnet. He's like, oh? I'm like, I went to the southeast of Onnet. There was nothing there. He's like, no, I meant like go southeast to Onnet. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, the last I knew you were like at the meteorite or
Yeah.
coming out from Pokey's house. So I'm like, yeah, go southeast.
Yeah, so anyway, so eventually we figure it out. I grind up. I beat Frank's ass. It was funny because Frank literally curb stomped my little butthole, and then I leveled up one time, and I literally shit rolled him. I was like, well,
Yeah.
levels don't work like that in Pokemon.
The Frank and Mary 2 or whatever, the machine.
Yeah. Literally like 2-shotted that.
Yeah. Fucking PSI rockin', man.
Yeah. So we kill Frank, and we finally fucking make our way on down to Tucson. I don't even fucking... The names in that game are not fair.
1, 2,
It's like-
3, 4, man.
Exactly. Like, I went to 1 town, I went
Summer,
to 2 town,
winter.
and then I skipped 3 town to go to 4 town. It was real weird. So, and then, like, I get to Tucson, 2 town, whatever.
Tucson.
You son of a bitch. I just saw what you fucking did there.
What?
I literally just clued into that because, like, on it is literally 1 TT, and then Tucson is Tucson. Not
Yeah.
spelled like that, but that's how it sounds.
And my favorite is threed.
Yeah, then 3. What's the 4th one?
Forside.
Son of a bitch!
And then you have summer and winters.
Oh, Christ.
Basic shit here, man.
It's clever, but it makes me mad. Anyways.
I love how it went over your head.
Fuck, how didn't I get that? If I was 8, I would have nailed that like in half a second. I would have been like, oh, it's numbered. No.
I can count.
I can do words. Fuck me. I feel so dumb. Anyways, so
Tucson.
we get to Tucson, and I like buy some more equipment. I like go find out. I'm like, oh, Paul has been kidnapped, so fucking go. I buy Orange Boy's thing, which is a useless piece of shit. And I'm like, oh fuck. Thank God my daily allowance is like $8,000 from Dad, so $200 is pocket change.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's fucking lunch money to Ness. God damn. So I'm like, whatever, and then Jukebox is like there, literally like sitting behind me, and he's like, go to Apple Boy's house. And I'm like, okay, master. So went there, bought his shit, fucking beat up, what was his name, Everdread or whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking, and then I'm as far as I know, I'm on my way to save Paula, and I'm sad because I can't play the SNES for 2 more weeks.
Oh, you don't have HDMI?
Nope.
Fucking
Rip me.
Go to someone else's room and be like, yo, I'm using your TV.
Yeah, just like kick the fucking door in.
Yeah, no kidding.
But
it's like, you can use mine. I'm taking this.
I was gonna say if my next door neighbor was derpy enough, I could probably break into his room because he's on night shift.
Yeah.
So all he'd have to do is leave his bathroom door unlocked from the other side. If he did that, I could slip right in. But he probably wouldn't have an HDMI either.
Damn.
I'm pretty sure it's just the wing, like the wing that I'm in.
Right.
Because like all of my other buddies are in different wings, and like all of them have HDMI cords. I'm the only one that got fucked, and I'm like, of course.
Man, I'm sad.
Yeah, me too.
I was excited for you to play more.
I'll have 2 weeks off after this.
Oh, good.
I get 2 weeks off for Christmas, so I'll have lots of time to play Earthbound.
Yeah,
but
yeah, so expect an Earthbound podcast episode later on.
Yeah, like a dedicated Earthbound one.
Because Earthbound, my jam.
Mm-hmm. Like we said before, is Jukebox's favorite game of all time. But bleh.
Bleh.
In conclusion, Earthbound's hella fun. I honestly thought that I wouldn't like it because I'm personally partial to RPGs where you can see your characters because I like seeing them do their little animations and stuff.
Right.
But so I was a little nervous about Earthbound because I was like, I'm going to say attack, and instead of seeing a little boy with a baseball cap swing a baseball bat, I'm just going to
the screen
see
flashes.
I'm just going to see the screen flash and then numbers are going to pop up, and I'm like, that's dumb.
This is like original Dragon Warrior style.
Yeah, right. So I can still appreciate the games for what they're for. It's just a personal preference of mine. Like, literally every RPG I ever played growing up, you could see your characters. You know, Final Fantasy, fucking Fire Emblem, Pokemon, blah, blah, blah. All those, right?
Right.
So it was just one of those things. I was like, oh, I don't know if I'll enjoy it. But yeah, no, I actually very much like it. Like you pointed out when we were playing the other day, Jukebox, it was like the psychedelic backgrounds and awesome soundtrack really help.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
If the backgrounds were just like static black or whatever, like they were a Dragon Warrior, I'd pass the fuck out.
Yeah, it'd be so fucking boring.
Yeah, so they definitely like knew. They were like, we're making this, we're not animating the characters for in battle, so we gotta make sure the battle screen is like fun to look at.
Yeah.
So
and you got fucking weird ass enemies.
Oh yeah, you got real fucked up enemies.
I think it's in Foresight. You're gonna see one of my favorite enemies. It's the mystical record.
Oh fuck.
It's just a vinyl record with arms and legs.
That's awesome.
Oh boy. Yeah, okay.
So, yeah.
We'll talk more about Earthbound, but I think we're gonna do a segment now.
Yes.
I don't know if I actually have music for this.
I'm pretty sure you do. I can't remember.
Okay, remember you were like, hey man, are you just gonna put some music in here like do 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 do? And I went in there and I literally just put like a MIDI track over top of you and it's like do 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 do.
Fuck it, do that.
Okay.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Anyway, so like Jukebox said in our opening, we're bringing back Then and Now.
Yeah, and this time we're doing packaging.
Because packaging's fucking wonderful.
To an extent.
So pretty much the then we're going to use is like cardboard packaging.
Yeah.
So like you get an NES game or even like a game like all the way up until fucking
N64.
Game Boy, N64 and Game Boy Advance.
Yep.
Was cardboard packaging. So it's like you get your game and it'd be cardboard with fucking plastic wrap. Is there a proper term for that shit?
Cellophane? Shrink wrap?
That stuff?
Yep.
Shrink wrap, whatever. It'd have that on it, so you'd fucking rip that off. You'd attempt to pull the box apart, or if you were a savage little child like I was, you'd literally just take a fucking butcher's knife to it.
Damn.
That butcher's knife being my teeth. And like, so 9 times out of 10, honestly, like the packaging would just get shredded.
Yeah.
Which for like NES, Super Nintendo, Genesis, and N64 games didn't fucking matter because those games were durable as ever living hell.
Right.
Like, you can find videos on YouTube. People literally drop that shit off buildings. People have literally frozen NES games in fucking blocks of goddamn ice, and they still fucking work. Like, perfectly.
And they've drilled them.
They've drilled them.
Fire.
Granted, I mean, you drill through the plastic. Of course, it's not going to do anything. But, I mean, hell, you can drill through the motherboard in certain parts, and it'll still work.
Yeah, there's a lot of empty space in there, so if you miss a trace, it'll still work.
Like, it's friggin' absurd how, like, stupidly durable those fucking games are.
Yeah.
So, it was like, if you tore the packaging to ever-living shreds, it didn't really matter.
Yeah, and a little clarification on the Genesis. Some games actually came in the cardboard packaging, but for the most part, it was the plastic shell case.
Right.
But they did have cardboard ones.
Some, yeah.
Some, yeah.
I mostly said Genesis just because I remember the Genesis games were also like hard cartridge.
Yeah.
Very similar to the N64, so I just kind of like brained and I was like, they probably got packaged the same. But no, Jukebox is very much right. For the most part, they were in the plastic cases. Pretty much all the Sega stuff was like the first ones to do that.
Yeah, even on the Sega Master System, which came before the Genesis, which is why every single Master System game I have has a package,
which is
a case. That's the word I'm looking for.
So then with the cardboard packaging compared to now where everything is in a, I won't say hard plastic case, like semi-hard plastic case.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's also necessary because everything is a disc now.
Yeah. They're becoming slightly more flimsy because they're doing that thing where they die cut the recycle symbol in, so they're using less plastic.
Oh, I fucking hate that.
I mean, I could do without it, but
like, it's like I'm all for like recycling and cutting down on waste and all that. Like, I'm all for it. But it's just, I hate when it's like I get a game and I literally like grab it and I feel like I just shattered everything.
See, the thing for me is I've accidentally pushed my thumb through the like front cover art, like the nail of my thumb or something.
Jesus.
And then you have like this permanent indent on your art and it sucks.
Yeah, I haven't done that one yet.
Yeah.
Then again, I chew my fingernails. They are very short almost all the time.
Well, no, it's just like if you grab with your thumb in like the middle of the case or something and it's over that recycle symbol, it's just going to push right through. Like, it doesn't have to like create a hole, but it's going to create an indent because like the paper will fold.
Yeah.
As balls.
Yeah. I've gotten some crinkles in my cover art from that. And it really grinds me. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. It's worse when you got like a really rare game or something.
Yep. That's why my rarest game hasn't even left the cardboard it got shipped in.
Nice.
Yes, I still have it. Yes, I know where it is. I will
you
never
already told
lose
me
that ever again. So, if anybody hasn't seen that episode, my rarest game is one of like 2,500 copies they were hard copies made of a PSN exclusive game called Class of Heroes G2. Jukebox told me about it. I had money. I bought one. My copy is 1,100 and something out of however many. It is still in the shrink wrap. It is still in the cardboard that it got shipped in, tucked away in a corner. It is last we checked, probably worth about $250.
Yep. If you want to hear the full shtick there, go listen to episode 19. I'm pretty sure that's the video game values episode.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah. So anyways, packaging. I think what you were trying to get at is with the older cardboard packaging, if a kid was to like just rip it apart, or in a slightly more likely case, that shit takes up a lot of room. So if you imagine if you're a kid and you become a teenager, or you're moving out, or your parents are cleaning the house, they're just going to throw out all of the boxes. Because who the fuck needs a box when you got the sturdy-ass cartridge? So nowadays, if you have NES, Super NES, and 64 games that still have the boxes, a lot of the cases, it will like double the value.
Oh yeah, it's absurd.
Yeah.
It's like, oh look, I have Contra, which sells for $40, even though it's sold incredibly well back in its heyday, and it should not be worth that much, but it's worth that much because people want it and people are douchebags.
Episode 19.
Episode 19. Once again. So if you have a copy of Contra, you could probably realistically get at least $40 for it.
Yep.
If you have Contra in the box with all its shit, you could probably get $90 for it.
Yeah.
Like, it bumps the value by quite a bit.
Yeah. It's... Besides Earthbound, I think my most valuable game is only that way because I have the box.
What's that game again?
Rainbow Islands.
Right.
Or at least that's one of my more valuable ones, because that was our first hidden gem.
That game is fun as hell.
Oh, yeah.
Hard as fuck. Fun
but
as hell.
Fun. But yeah, so we used to have the cardboard boxes, now we have the plastic packaging. Which do you prefer?
That's tough. I prefer the cardboard.
Really?
Just because they were so much nicer to look at.
See, I much prefer cases.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
We are on way opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah. See, with the cases, it also kind of depends on which console you're on. They kind of mandate what the spine has to look like. So if you look at a collection of Wii games with very few exceptions, they're all white spines with whatever logo or name of game on them, and they look amazing in a stack. If you look at I think it's the European PlayStation games, they went a step farther. The spine is one color on all of them, but then the text of the game is the same font on every single one of them. So it looks ridiculously uniform.
Makes sense.
Like, I'm looking behind me and I see PlayStation 2 is colorful as shit.
Oh, I love PlayStation 2. Where the fuck was I going with all this?
Hell should I know, man?
So anyway,
you like cardboard packaging more.
Yeah, I like cardboard packaging, and something else that I also loved that I miss so much is manuals.
Yeah, I miss that too.
I fucking loved manuals. That shit was great.
Yeah.
You're like, I got a new game. It came with a little book. I'm going to read the little book, and it tells you how to play the fucking game.
And I know a lot of people who will just like skip straight past the manual and then immediately be like, how do I do the thing?
Yeah.
Now it's like...
Random cars!
Now you have like zero choice.
Damn.
It's like, hey, go look up on our website to find the manual.
I hate when...
Go download this PDF.
The first time that bullshit ever happened to me was when I think I got God of War 3.
Right.
Which was like 7 fucking years ago.
Dude, I was looking at a list of games that turned 10 this year.
That shit hurts.
Yeah, it's like Uncharted, Assassin's Creed, Guitar Hero 3.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah.
My childhood.
Fun fact, Guitar Hero 3 was the first game I bought on my Wii, with the exception of Red Steel, which I got with the console.
He twitched! I don't know if we ever told that story. Another time.
I know we have.
Hey.
We can tell it again another time.
Another time. So, yeah, I miss manuals, because I remember I got God of War 3. I'm pretty sure it was God of War 3. It might have been God of War Ascension. It was one of those. I don't fucking care. We're going on anyway. And it was like, I get the game, I open the game, and there's no manual. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why? I'm like, whatever. Put the game in. I have to, download the data, which is a thing you have to do now. Pisses me off with newer games.
Right.
But, and then I get like a secondary download, and then all of a sudden on my PlayStation 3 screen, it pops up God of War Manual. And I'm like, what? I click on it out of curiosity, and yeah, it's literally like a PDF on my PlayStation, the fucking manual for God of War. And I'm like, okay, cool, like, save the trees and all that bullshit, but fuck that, I want it in my goddamn case.
So I bet you that was the first game you got that also had that recycle cutout.
Probably. But, yeah, so then and now is, like, I like how cases used to be. I liked how much more colorful they were. I'm sad that we took them so for granted. Like, I can't imagine if I'd kept, like, all the boxes from, like, my old fucking Game Boy Advance games and Game Boy Color games and shit.
I did. They ended up in the wrong box and ended up at Goodwill.
That sucks.
Yeah. I died inside a little bit.
I think I remember you dying inside a little bit.
Yeah, probably.
Jukebox used to have this lovely little shine to his eyes. Now he's just kind of dead inside.
Yep, dull, gray.
I mean, like the rest of us, but...
All right, so I gotta give a little shout out to
yes.
the intermediaries of packaging between our plastic DVD type cases and the old cardboard boxes when disc media started coming out.
Yep.
The Sega CD and the Sega Saturn kind of had the same cases. They were very long and thick jewel cases. Those things sucked. Mm-hmm. I have yet to find a Sega CD game that doesn't have like a cracked hinge.
Yeah.
Do you remember like cassette packaging?
Mm-hmm.
You know how you'd like drop it and that shit would just like shatter?
Oh yeah, it'd blow everywhere.
But yeah, it was like the exact same thing with the Sega CD and Sega Saturn cases.
This is slightly off our topic, but just on like cassette cases. I used to use cassette cases to carry my Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Oh, nice.
Like that's what I would slide my deck in there, I would close it up, and it was fucking mint.
Man, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, I don't know, but I went to a party once, and we did like water balloons and stuff, and I was like, oh, my cards are in a case, they'll be fine.
Oh god. Nope.
They were not.
Oh.
So all my cards got fucking ruined. I was very upset, and I literally just took the case out of my pocket and just let it fall. And like, I shit you not, that thing fucking exploded. It fell 3 feet onto the concrete, and it just exploded. My cards went everywhere.
It's like an original iPhone.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like the new iPhone X. But yeah, like those cassette cases were not made of Nintendium.
Yep. And well, they were made of Sega Eum.
We'll think of a good name for that.
Sega Trium.
There we go. I like that one.
Yep. Yeah, so they fucking died all the time. And then when PlayStation 1 first came out, they actually had long boxes for most of the launch games. And the reason for the CD long box is because records were the standard in, the 80s, the 70s, pretty much all time until we got cassettes. So when you went to a store that had records,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden they had cassettes, well, you try and put a cassette in a spot where a record would be and you can't fucking see it because it's not long enough. So they gave them these ridiculously long boxes so you could still see them on the shelves. Well, cassettes didn't last that fucking long as like the number one source of audio, and then CDs came in the 80s. So they had CD long boxes. That's literally the only reason they exist.
Yeah.
Yep. The only difference is the PS1 long boxes were made of cardboard and like thick cardboard, so they actually lasted.
Yeah.
And then shout out to the jewel case that came after it.
Blah, my whole mind just left me.
Yeah, I think.
Do we want to move on to the dude on the roof?
Mega man. He's up on the fucking roof. He's mega.
He's mega. If anybody hasn't heard Rental
delay.
Floss, YouTube that shit like right now. Anyways.
Yeah. Mega Man with lyrics.
Yes. So we're gonna start with one thing. They just announced Mega Man 11. So like, if you ever play the old 8-bit Mega Mans, you know it was 8-bit from 1 to 6 on the NES. And then they moved to Super Nintendo. We got Mega Man 7 and 8, and then they moved into the Mega Man X series. Then years later, I can't remember when we got it. Was it 09?
I think
we got
so.
Mega Man 9?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Okay, cool. So then we got Mega Man 9, and then a couple of years after that, we got Mega Man 10, both of which were done in 8-bit style, which was fucking hype as shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Jukebox got Mega Man 9.
Yep.
And it was fucking great. And then I got Mega Man 9, and it was fucking great. Neither one of us got 10 because we saw Sheep Man, and we were like, nope.
See, and that's weird as shit to me because I distinctly remember you having 10 on your PS3.
Yeah, I got the demo, I think, but I never bought 10.
Okay, it was probably the demo then.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got the demo, but I never got that full game.
Right. So that was, I think that was 2011.
Yeah, I think so, because I'm pretty sure it was like a couple years after.
It's been like 7 years.
Yeah, so they just like randomly dropped like, hey, Mega Man 11's coming, and like, it's like hype as shit, but also I'm kind of shocked, and I'm also kind of scared.
Yeah, it's for his 30th anniversary.
Yeah, so it's like on the one hand, it's like I'm excited because I fucking love old Mega Man games. They're fucking great.
Yep.
They're like the perfect balance of like brutally beat your ass into the ground and then like also stupid fun.
Yeah, well, it feels rewarding
like
because everything is so tight.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be like if Castlevania didn't have Medusa heads, that'd be like the area Mega Man's in.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fuck Medusa heads. Anyway, so they announced Mega Man 11, and part of the reason I'm scared is because Keiji Inafune isn't a part of them anymore.
Right.
Like, he isn't with Capcom anymore. He's literally the big daddy of Mega Man.
Yeah.
That was his baby.
He left to make Mighty Number 9.
Which we're like, we're going to touch on real quick. Jukebox and I enjoyed it, but we can very openly admit that it could have done a lot better.
Yeah, it has its flaws.
It had so much potential and so much baggage, and what we got for how much money the fans put into that game, it was not fair.
Yeah.
They wanted, what did they want originally? $500K?
Something like that.
And we gave them, what was it? We gave them 4.2 million or something.
Yeah.
And we get I hate when people say that it's a shit game. It isn't a shit game. It's just not awesome.
It feels like something I would have expected out of 2007.
That's a good way to put it. It feels very outdated.
And so, okay, when this announcement for Mega Man 11, the first thing I saw was the graphics. And I mean, for a split second, there was like, I do not like this. And then it grew on me after like 5 seconds. But what it made me think of is this is what Mighty Number 9 could have been if they just had better fucking backgrounds.
Yeah. But, so yeah, Mighty Number 9 is what Keiji Inafune did after he left. Because he's like, I did Mega Man, I know how to do Mega Man, but I can't do Mega Man because of copyright.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'm going to literally do Mega Man and slap a fresh coat of paint on it because, you know, like Steven Gielsberg or Fred Fuchs. Nerd. My one true religion. But
nerdism,
yes. I'm gonna do that. If like I've been asked at work a couple of times if I have any religion. If I get asked again, I'm just gonna be like AVGN. What?
Yeah. And
then I'll just go ass.
Fuck.
So yeah. So I'm scared for Mega Man 11 because Keiji Inafune isn't a part of them anymore, and Mega Man was literally his baby. But I mean, Capcom did so much Mega Man that it's not like Keiji Inafune was the only reason it worked out.
See, I'm pretty sure Keiji Inafune, he did all the character design. I don't know how much of the actual level design he did.
Yeah.
And even then, he wasn't the only one who worked on level design. Like, they had lots of people who obviously had to contribute to that. So, yeah, I'm confident enough that they'd have enough talent to, you know, make good levels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's part of the reason I'm excited for it, is just that it's like Capcom did so many Mega Mans that I'm not worried about it being bad. Like, It'll come out. I'll buy it. I'll get my ass brutally beat by it, and then we'll talk about it on the podcast. It'll be a good time.
I'm worried about it being mediocre.
I mean, it probably will be, but whatever. I'll still buy it.
Yeah, probably. Well, I mean, like, okay, Mega Man 9?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking orgasm.
So good.
Mega Man 10? Dry hand job. That's the comparison.
Like not like a dry hand job, but like if you just like did like one like half-hearted spit. Just like a.
Yeah, that's Mega Man 10.
That's Mega Man 10. Like, it wasn't a bad game. It was just like the main reason I had no fucks to give about it was like only 3 out of the 8 Robot Masters were any amount of interesting.
And see, I played at least 2 levels of it.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't anywhere near as fun as Mega Man 9. And Mega Man 9 was on the level of like Mega Man 2 and 3.
Oh, masterpiece.
Exactly. So I'm scared Mega Man 11 will feel like Mega Man 10, because in that trailer, it looked super linear. There wasn't a lot of up and down play.
I remember there being some up and down. I'll have to rewatch it, but I'm mostly excited for it.
Yeah.
Mostly excited for it.
Mostly excited.
So, what I want to talk about real quick following that is like, Jukebox, what was your biggest disappointment with the Mega Man franchise? Not including the 2 unspeakable things that we'll talk about afterwards.
I mean, probably Mega Man 10.
That's fair.
Yeah. See, I feel like it could have been, 5, 6, 7, 8, any of those, if I had actually played them at the time they came out, but I obviously didn't. So when 10 came out, I was off the hype of Mega Man 9, and it wasn't anywhere near as good as that, and then it was the last one.
Yeah, so it kind of just fucked you.
Yeah, it was disappointing, right?
Yeah.
So, what's yours?
My biggest disappointment isn't really a disappointment. It's just a game that I enjoyed, but it just didn't live. It just wasn't as good as the other ones. And I can't fault the game for that. It was mostly, I was young, and it wasn't what I was used to, and that's Mega Man Network Transmission on the GameCube.
Oh, yeah.
So, if anybody hasn't played that, it's kind of hard to describe. I would just, if you're curious, just look up a quick YouTube video of it. fun game. I like what they did with it, but it was linear and slow and hard as fuck. Because
everything a kid doesn't want.
Exactly. So pretty much what it is it's a 2D side scroller, same as like the older Mega Mans, but it's from the perspective of Mega Man EXE, who is from the Battle Network series on Game Boy. Those are great games. But Network Transmission kind of fell off the rails because it was like, we're going to take this character who's used to like fucking 3x3 one-on-one grid battles, which are awesome, and we're going to put him in a 2D environment and hope to God that the battle chip system works the same. It doesn't. So pretty much what happens is it's like you beam into a level, and then immediately your custom screen opens up, and that's what they call your like attack selection screen, and you can fill folders with battle chips, and your battle chips can do anything from literally swing a sword to throwing a bomb to shooting a cannon. Like, it's very diverse.
Okay.
So battle chips also have letters, which they didn't bring into the Network Transmission series, so I'll leave that out for now. But essentially, you couldn't use different lettered chips. So if you had a cannon and a sword, the cannon was a C and the sword was an S. That's not how they actually go, but just for comparison's sake. You could pick the cannon but not the sword. But if you had a cannon that was a C and a sword that was a C, then you could pick them both.
Got it.
So they brought the battle chips in, so it's like your shit would load up, you select all the chips you want, and then you fuck off and you go running about. And it just like it was good, it played good, it felt good, and it was fun, but it was just like, it wasn't what it should have been, in my opinion. I feel like, honestly, if they just sped it up like a little bit, it would have played better.
You know,
because they're... Go ahead.
I half expected your disappointment to be Mega Man X7.
I never played it.
Oh, which was the shit one? On PlayStation 2?
Oh, well, that was X7, but I never played it. That was like the weird one that was like 2D to 3D.
Okay.
But,
I think that's the one I own.
Yeah, I think so, because I have X8, and X8 is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I watched you guys play it here once.
Good times. But, yeah, X7 is also hot trash. Do not get that game. It's terrible. But,
X4 is good.
X4 is good.
So is X6.
X6 is not bad. X5 is kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. They give you like an auto charge option, so your buster is always charging, even if you're not holding the button. It's like here, kindergarten.
You know, I think I could actually dig that.
I mean, when I played it, I enjoyed it just because I'm a scrub and I have a very hard time charging and jumping and dashing all at the same time, but so it was helpful for me, but it's like, I felt like it took away from the experience a little bit, but that's just me.
Yeah. Anyways.
So coming off of our disappointments, what was your most hype Mega Man game?
Well, hype was probably Mega Man 9.
Okay.
But Mega Man 2. Because
so good.
Well, you know how we got that game.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
yep.
I mean, that's what made that hype. And we went over that in our NES Memories episode.
Yep. I'm gonna give the 20-second version of it real quick. Time me.
Okay.
So, Jukebox and I went to a garage sale because it said that they were selling NES stuff. We were like, hype as shit, we gotta get Kelryx one. I was like, Dad, please. He was like, yeah, okay, let's go. The whole time, me and Jukebox were like, how cool would it be if they had like Mega Man and Castlevania and like Zelda and all this? We get there, we buy it, they actually have it. They took Zelda away and Final Fantasy away. It was sad. Hey!
Good job. Except, you know what?
What?
That was Mega Man 3.
Shit!
Mega Man 2 is the one we got from the video game store in Edmonton that we didn't go to very often.
Right.
The same time I got Contra.
I don't care, still counts.
Yeah, I mean, that was hype as shit.
Mega Man 3 was also gold.
Yeah. At the time, I got Mega Man 2 for like probably half the price it was selling for other places.
Yeah, I think you got it for like $20 somehow.
Yeah, and I mean, that was hype as shit because we'd always joke about the Metal Blade.
Mm-hmm.
So, for physically acquired game, Mega Man 2. Otherwise, Mega Man 9, because I love the shit out of that game.
Oh, it's so good. There is one other. Oh, well, I got mine. Mine's a little bit of a. I actually talked about this in one of our older Hidden Gem episodes, but Mega Man X Command Mission.
Yes.
On GameCube and PS2, that game is hype as shit.
Hype?
Because it's literally like take Mega Man X and slap Final Fantasy on it. It's turn-based Mega Man combat. I died when I fucking played that game for the first time. I was like, this is everything I ever needed. That game is genuinely stupid fucking awesome.
And I take your word for it because I never played it.
Oh, it's so fun. But, I'll touch on it quick. It's like the main reason that I just love it to death is like the combat feels good. The super moves feel good. The combat makes sense. Because you have like an ATB gauge that isn't an ATB gauge. It's hard to explain, so I'll just leave it. I'm guarantee I talked about it in one of the Hidden Gem episodes.
Yes.
And also the story was fucking spot on. The only like pre-existing Mega Man characters that are in that game are, I believe, X, Zero, and Axel. And Axel wasn't very well known at that point because I think it was like X7 and X8 came out, and then Mega Man Command Mission came out like a year later. Like Axel was only in 2 games before that came out.
Right.
So he may as well have been a fucking new character. And then, so you have those 3, and then you also have like another, I think, 4 party members that are all brand new characters made specifically for the game. And all of them are great. All of them have solid backstory, and character development is good. I love it.
Dude.
What?
I really hope Roll is back in this new one in 11.
Oh, sweet Jesus, I hope so.
And I hope it's not Dr. Wily.
You mean Dr. Wily?
Wily, yes.
Wily?
I legit hope it's not him, because, I mean, the whole aesthetic of the game has changed. I would like to see other new things. Because
plot twist, it's Dr. Light.
Sure, why not? I mean, they tried that once, it didn't work out very well.
No.
But like, this is almost like a reintroduction, even though it's like still numbered 11. Because they haven't made like a new Mega Man game for so long. If they actually implement new characters, new bad guys and stuff, they may be able to like, build off of it.
Yeah, which would be cool, because then they could go forward with like a 12, a 13, blah, 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 and they could run off of a completely new storyline, which would be pretty awesome. What I wanted to say was, biggest hype for me, Command Mission, because it was just something so different that worked so well.
Right.
My other like massive hype is honestly like the whole Battle Network series on Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
Those games were a huge part of my childhood, and I loved them to fucking death.
It's funny, I've never played one.
They are so good. Avoid the first 2. Because they're just like...
They're good, but avoid these ones.
They are. They're perfectly fine. The story is great, and the gameplay is still solid. It's just that, like, they're not as appealing to look at. Like, you get on the net, and it's just, like, very boring. From numbers 3 through 3, 4, 5, and 6, they're all like dumb pretty.
Well, you know how this is gonna work for me. I'm gonna buy like whatever ones I find for cheap. So if it happens to be the first 2,
yeah, whatever. You'll still enjoy them. They're fun as hell. It's just like they're not as appealing to look at.
You know what, dude? I think I found like the 3rd one back in the day.
White and blue.
Yeah, I didn't buy it.
Damn.
I regret it.
I feel like you told me that, and I was like, Jukebox, why?
I don't know. But, I probably only had like $4, and I had to choose between like 2 games.
Probably. But But yeah, so my overall, my biggest like hypes and like biggest high points in the Mega Man series for me are, yeah, Command Mission and like the entire Battle Network series.
Which is
They're both
hilarious
just-
because I feel like most people probably haven't even heard of those games.
Which is fine. I don't care.
So, dude, kind of continue on with hype and disappointment. What is your favorite boss?
Oh, fuck you.
Like your favorite robot master out of all like 5 million of them?
Does it have to be a Robot Master?
I don't know. What else are you going to tell me? It's the Yellow Devil?
No. No. The Green Devil. No, I'm just kidding.
God damn it.
As far as like overall best villain ever, Bass.
Yeah.
Bass is just I love Bass.
I love Bass too, but hit me with the Robot Master.
Hit you with a Robot Master? Fuck me. Can I get a list?
Nope. I just closed it.
That's okay. I'm Googling it. Off the top of my head, honestly, I fucking like, it's so dumb, but I really loved Splash Woman.
Oh, I fucking love Splash Woman.
Like, I fucking loved Splash Woman. Honestly, I got like a 3-way tie, and I love them all for different reasons, like very different reasons. I love Splash Woman, Napalm Man, and Metal Man.
Okay. Do tell.
I love Splash Woman because her battle is fun, her stage is fun, and like she's one of the few robot masters I've found in the Mega Man games where her level and her herself don't just ruthlessly pummel you.
Yeah.
Like
I
you're
fucking
still,
hated jumping from the bubbles.
yeah, like you're still gonna die, but like you figure it out quick.
Yeah.
As opposed to some other stages where it's like you need to be pinpoint perfect or you're fucked. So I loved Splash Woman for that. Also, her weapon was awesome.
Yeah, the trident.
Firing laser tridents was wicked fun. I love Metal Man because the Metal Blade is stupid fucking good.
OP as shit.
I just love how it's like before we actually played the game, all we heard all the time, like Screw Attack, YouTube, whatever, was like, the Metal Blade is hype as shit, the Metal Blade is overpowered. We were like, it can't be that good. Jukebox and I literally put in Mega Man 2, do Metal Man stage first, clear it like no problem, and proceed to walk the rest of the game.
Yeah, no fucking kidding.
Like, it's ridiculous how strong that weapon is.
And you never run out of it.
Yeah, and I also like Metal Man because he was put into the Battle Network series as
cool.
Metal Man EXE, and he was really fun to fight because in his stage he had, in the middle lane, he had gears, these big gears that would move back and forth. So you had to constantly be dodging them because if they hit you, you took damage.
I remember watching that.
Yes. So
Yes.
he was a very fun boss fight.
So dude,
I
hold
love.
on. From the trailer, I remember you saying, I don't know what the fuck he's going to be called, but the like concrete one where you make 4 concrete things appear in the air and then they drop down and you're like, oh man, it's going to be so overpowered.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're only going to do that in like open areas. Like if you're in a hallway, maybe you can't use it.
That would be fair because it spawns very high up.
Yeah.
So that would make it a lot more manageable.
Oh,
which
yeah.
I think would be fair because also I remember we were watching it and Jukebox said to me, if you haven't seen the Mega Man 11 trailer yet, do yourself a favor, go watch it. It's literally only like a minute long. It's very short.
Yeah.
So pretty much Mega Man gets the one ability where literally like he holds his arm up and these 4 concrete blocks spawn along the roof and then they fall down and fuck everything.
Yeah.
Like they aren't huge, like they're like little 1x1 blocks, but they do a stupid amount of damage apparently. So I remember Jukebox, because I was like, wow, that looks overpowered as shit. And then Jukebox was like, well, how much weapon energy does it eat up? I looked, it takes up next to nothing.
Yeah.
It's like the Metal Blade all over again. So
that's just why I have that little theory. Maybe you can
Yeah.
only use it in open areas.
that'd
or at
be
least
a
I
great,
hope.
That'd be a great way to regulate it. Because then if you got in an area and you had like all this shit coming at you, you'd be like, okay, instant default to like save my ass. But then you couldn't be like going through like a tight hallway and be like, haha, like
Like for as much as I love the Metal Blade, the game would be way more challenging and fun without it.
I don't know about more fun. Because it's fun. It's fun to shit on everything, but at the same time, the challenge is also part of the fun.
Yeah.
So, I'll give you that. The other Robot Master I mentioned, I love Napalm Man.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 100% because of what he became in the Battle Network series.
Okay.
In Mega Man Battle Network 5, there was Team Proto Man and Team Colonel. If you played Team Proto Man at one point, the whole idea with those is they added in a new type of battle called Liberation Missions, where you had to like clear like evil squares. It was kind of like a chess game is the best way to describe it.
Okay.
Tons of fun. So you had Mega Man, and then you also had other net navies on your team that you were able to control. So it was like the first Mega Man game where you could play as other characters besides Mega Man, which was hype as shit. So in the Team Proto Man version, obviously you have Mega Man, you have Proto Man, and then you also get Search Man, Gyro Man, Magnet Man, Medi, and
that one with the face.
And Napalm Man, I believe are all the ones you get.
Okay.
I like how like my favorite guy is the one I almost forgot. But so Napalm Man's just stupid cool in that game. Like he looks fucking awesome. He's strong as all hell. And he's just dumb fun to play with. And he's funny as hell too. Yeah, he's they're like, "Oh no, how do we do it?" Napalm Man's just like, "I'm gonna bomb it." And they're like, "Don't do it." And he's like, "I'm gonna bomb it." And then he bombs it and it works.
Of course it would
so
work.
I mostly like Napalm Man as a Robot Master because of what he became in the Battle Network series. So he doesn't really count as a favorite Robot Master because he's very lackluster in the actual Mega Man, like OG Mega Man games, but I love him in the Battle Network series, so he gets a pass.
I can dig it.
What about you?
Well, okay. I can't pick literally everyone from Mega Man 9.
No.
Seriously, that's why that game is so good for me. Everything is just good. Like, I can't think of anything really bad about it. So if I look elsewhere than Mega Man 9, probably Pharaoh Man.
Oh, Pharaoh Man's so good.
Because he looks so fucking cool. But if I had to choose one from Mega Man 9, it would either be Galaxy Man or Splash Woman. Galaxy Man just looks like a UFO.
I just like him a lot. He's cute.
Exactly. Yeah, no.
Splash Woman, yeah. Splash Woman's hype as shit.
Yeah, I read all of the Mega Man comics from Archie. So I got really familiar with everyone from the first two games and a little bit from the third. But like, as soon as they added like personalities to them and stuff, I stopped caring about them as Robot Masters.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be like mindless killing machines that Mega Man has to put down.
Pretty much.
So yeah, that kind of took away from it. I agree.
Yeah. I think if you asked me like 5 years ago, I probably would have just said Metal Man.
Mm-hmm. But now we've grown older. We have grown wiser.
I've read comics.
Indeed. Quick
thing, right?
Quick shout out. The Mega Man and Sonic crossover comics are fucking hype as shit.
Oh, they're so good.
They're so good.
And they did it twice. The second time they even had Mega Man X. And then like
still haven't read though. You know what? I'm fucking hang on. Give me a minute here. Give me a minute here.
And then like literally every Capcom character ever.
Yeah.
It's what I imagine Infinity Wars would be if it was Capcom characters.
What was the Mega Man Sonic and Mega Man X crossover called?
Worlds Collide.
I'm gonna read this shit tonight.
Well, there was two of them, but I can't remember what they were both called. There was Worlds Collide, and then there was
Worlds Collide was just Sonic and Mega Man. I'll figure it out. Don't worry about it.
No, it's gonna bug me now.
don't stress. I'll figure it out. So I was thinking I shouldn't say fun, But a way to wrap up the podcast would be to talk about the actual biggest disappointments Jukebox and I ever got out of the Mega Man series. Yeah, we're going here.
100,000 strong for Mega Man Legends 3.
Yeah, so a quick update. Jukebox has more information, but I'll bring it up, and if he needs to correct me, he can correct me. That's what he's good at.
Yep.
So Capcom announced, they were like, we're doing Mega Man Legends 3 for the 3DS.
Yep.
Mega Man Legends 1 and Mega Man Legends 2 were both on PS1.
Yep. And then they had the Adventures of Tronbon.
Yes, and Mega Man Legends 1 was also ported to N64 as Mega Man 64.
Yep.
So, they were great. They were hard as shit, and the controls were a little wonky, but people loved them.
Yeah.
And then we just never got an actual third Legends game.
It was a very niche thing.
It was a very niche thing. But it's like, if you talk to the right people, they will praise those games to high heaven. So Capcom was like, we're doing Mega Man Legends 3. And everybody lost their fucking minds.
They announced it early in the game development cycle because they wanted to involve the Capcom Unity in the development process.
Yep.
So, I mean, that was a mistake in itself of announcing it early. Because they eventually canceled it when it was still at a very early point in its development.
Yeah.
Normally that wouldn't be a problem because they wouldn't have announced it. You know, don't announce it and then it gets canned and no one cares. But they announced it like right at the outset there.
Yeah, and also, it's like we got like a full trailer and everything. Like, it was happening. And then they were just like, nope, never mind, we're canceling it.
Yeah.
And hearts broke everywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
It was
hearts broke to the point where one guy that Jukebox watches on YouTube, Rob Man, I believe, he's like the biggest Mega Man fanboy ever. He's like the biggest Capcom fanboy ever. And when Capcom did that and canceled Legends 3, he boycotted them.
Oh, yeah.
And for one of the biggest fans alive to boycott a company after they fucked up like that, that says something.
He owns literally every Mega Man game, including the arcade games and Japanese copies of the games.
He has everything ever. He even has the like stupid ultra rare Mega Man 9 Special Edition thing that came in an openable NES cart.
Yep. Like full NES packaging manual cartridge. Yeah.
And that was
he
cried
when he got that.
Yeah, there's literally a video on YouTube of him. He calls his friend and he's like, "I got it. I can't believe I got it. I won," because it was a giveaway contest.
I don't think it was a contest. I think it was just like they only made like 250 of them.
Yeah, and he actually managed to snag one.
Yeah. Because it's not like there was pre-orders or anything. It was like first come, first serve.
So he lost his mind and cried over a phone call telling his buddy that he actually managed to get one.
Yeah. You better believe I still follow him and he is hype as shit for 11.
Oh, good.
He's on top of that hype train.
But like, just, yeah, so like they canceled Legends 3 and like everybody's world just fell apart.
So there's the thing is they canceled Mega Man Legends 3, but they were also working on something else. It was like Mega Man World or something. Yeah, and they canceled that. And the last game they made
that one
was
wasn't
10.
as hype, but people were still hyped for it.
Well, it was like a snowballing effect because it was like, hey, you canceled this one, now you canceled this one, and you don't have any plans for fucking Mega Man, and you're shitting all over Keiji Inafune. And then they were doing their whole thing with their microtransactions, which everyone was pissy about. So, I mean, Capcom just really fucked up that year.
Yep.
And then, of course, Keiji
I'm
Inafune left, and it's been like 7 goddamn years, and they're finally doing something with Mega Man that isn't a comic.
I'm just watching a trailer. I want to know what Mega Man Universe was all about again.
I really don't remember. If I remember, it had Time Man and Oil Man, which were supposed to be in Mega Man 1.
I think it was like a big like Capcom mashup game, but like for Mega Man.
Yeah, yeah.
Because yeah, you could like there are like tons of different characters you could play. Yeah, it just like it looked hype as shit. Okay, like it was supposed to be amazing, and we were all super excited for it. And then again, Capcom, cough cough, crapcom. They were just like, nope, never mind, not happening. Fuck you.
Yeah. Well, it felt like a pretty big fuck you because they weren't really doing anything with Mega Man.
And that them doing that was also, it wasn't like the whole reason, but it was like, I think it was like kind of the final straw for Keiji Inafune, and after that he was just like, I'm done with your shit, and he left.
Yeah.
And he walked out of the company.
So technically the most recent thing they've done with Mega Man was the Mega Man Legacy Collection, and then the Mega Man X Legacy Collection they're working on, or has already came out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's nothing new. They're just re-releasing their games in a way that isn't the Virtual Console.
Yeah, which is fine. I like that they did that.
Yeah, I do too, but at the same time, give us something new, and they're finally giving us something new.
Yeah, so I'm excited for 11. Yeah. I'm more excited than anything else, but I'm also keeping in the back of my head not to like ride the hype train too fucking hard.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Just in case it's like Mighty Number 9.
Yeah. I'll get it. I'll honestly, like, it'll come out. I'll buy it. Jukebox will come over. We'll play it. We'll talk about it in the podcast whenever the hell it does come out.
Late 2018.
Cough cough episode 42.
If we're lucky.
That'd actually be pretty fucking awesome.
I'd lose my shit, man.
Me too.
So, okay, do you remember it was like your family reunion or something?
Yep.
And we were, I think it was like a bunk bed, but I was sleeping on the floor. And pretty much
because Jukebox is a rebel like that.
Yeah, and we stayed up for like the entire fucking night just ripping on Capcom and how stupid they were. And I legit made you listen to an episode of the All Gen Gamers podcast where Rob Man was the guest, and they were talking about how shit Capcom was.
Oh, he was so broken.
Good memories.
Good memories. Good times.
Oh, God.
But yeah, no, it was like Jukebox and I were like, I think like, I don't know, 16 maybe?
Well.
Maybe?
Okay, when was Mega Man Legends cancelled? I'm looking it up.
I got you. It was
2011.
Yeah, so that was... Yeah, so we would have been 16, 17.
Well, you would have been. I would have been 15.
Oh, yeah, right.
Wait.
Fourth wall! Fourth wall!
Yep.
I
Fuck, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, no kidding. We're old balls. Anyways. So yeah, but yeah, we literally just stayed up all night and just ripped on Capcom. We were so pissed.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway.
Good times.
In conclusion, because I think we're about done unless Jukebox has anything else. I almost called you Mega Man.
Oh boy. I am Mega Man.
Can I be Zero?
Yeah, why not?
Yay.
No, you know what? We'll tell them the story of that same family reunion where I taught you how to play cribbage.
No.
Yep.
No.
For another day.
No, tell it now. Fuck it.
So we're playing, and in cribbage you have to count cards. It's kind of like poker hands, and then, you know, certain hands have certain values. Well, he lays down his hand, and I say you have 19, which is the only number that you cannot get in the game.
So it's equivalent to 0.
Yeah. So you tell them
I
they
didn't
got
know
19. That. Yeah, and he's literally like yelling, "Where do you see this?"
And Jukebox is just ripping up. He's like, come on, you'll figure it out. He had me going for like 5 minutes. And I'm just like, I don't see it, dude. What in the ever-living shit?
And you like tried to move your peg, and I'm like, no, you got 19.
And then like, I'm like, what the fuck? And then my mom like leans over my shoulder and she's like, sweetheart, that means 0. I'm like, you motherfucker. Yeah, so fun story.
Sorry, I shouldn't say that's the only value you can't get, but anything past 29 you can't get either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun stories.
Good times with Jukebox and Kelryx.
Yeah. If you want to have some good times with us, you should comment on our Facebook at Infinity Games Podcast or our Twitter at Games_podcast. And the new edition, we are on Instagram, so if you want to see some nerdy photos, follow us at Infinity Games Podcast on Instagram.
I promise I'm going to put something there soon.
You better.
I promise.
And if you dug this and you stuck around long enough, subscribe. Subscribe on YouTube, on Google Play Music, on iTunes, anywhere.
Please.
Yes.
Yeah, that was episode 26, the Infinity Games Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the talk about Mega Man. Mostly Mega Man.
Mega Man.
Mega Man. I believe Jukebox and I have something special planned for, is it the next podcast we were planning it?
The one after that.
One after that? Okay, we have a special episode coming up, so get hyped for 2 episodes from now.
We've got a couple, actually.
Yeah, we got a couple like hype things coming up that we have planned. So.
Yeah, we're having... Okay, so you know how we release on Sunday? Super convenient. We're going to have one released on Christmas Eve and on New Year's.
Yay!
So we're going to have an episode, and then we're going to have...
Oh, dude, spoilers.
I'll cut it out. I'll just bleep it, and everyone will be like, what is it?
You're fucking evil. Anyways.
Bye.
So yeah, we have good stuff coming up. I'm KelryxsKing.
I'm Jukeboxhero.
Bye. We love you.
Oi.